everyone, and thank you for joining today's workshop on waste management KPIs. I am Sandra Brion from TEIMAS, and I'm delighted to be here with you today to explore how we can better measure, understand, and improve our waste processes, whilst making meaningful progress towards sustainability goals. Now, I know KPIs can sound like just another acronym in a sea of corporate lingo, but when it comes to waste management, they're absolutely essential. Today we'll look at how to choose the right KPIs and how they offer clarity, direction, and actionability, insight, and how to embed them into your company's daily operations. Why waste KPIs matter? Let's start with the basics. KPIs, key performance indicators, are tools that help us measure how effectively we're managing our waste. But they do more than just that. They track tons and costs. They shine a light on inefficiencies, help us to stay compliant with regulations, and give us the data we need to make smarter decisions. In today's regulatory and environmental climate, having accurate, up-to-date waste data isn't just good practice, it's crucial. When you measure properly, you can turn waste from a cost into an opportunity. That's the shift we're aiming for. Laying the groundwork. Before we can jump into data collection or dashboards, we need a clear picture of the situation on the ground. That means starting with a thorough diagnostic of your current waste management processes. Ask yourself, what type of waste are you producing and how much? Are you complying with all the relevant waste regulations? Have you calculated the carbon footprint of your waste transport and treatment? If sustainability is on the agenda, this data is vital. Without it, you're missing a key piece of your environmental performance. Can you rely on your data for reporting, audits, and internal controls? Inaccurate or incomplete data means it's nearly impossible to track progress. Are your waste streams traceable, from origin to disposal? Full traceability not only ensures compliance, but also builds trust and transparency into your operations. And finally, are you monitoring the cost, potential revenues across your waste value chain? Waste is often seen purely as an expense, but when the right systems are in place, it can become a source of value, whether through recycling, reuse, or resource recovery. In short, before we measure performance, we need to understand the system. Only then can we identify inefficiencies, compliance gaps, and untappable opportunities. Choosing the right KPIs. So what makes a KPI actually useful? There are 4 key principles. Relevance is the KPI aligned with strategic operation goals and legal obligations. Measurability, can you collect this data regularly and reliably? Comparability, can you track progress over time or benchmark against industry standards? Actionability, does this metric help you make decisions? If it ticks these 4 boxes, you're on the right track. KPIs in action, what to measure. Now let's get specific. We're going to break KPIs down into 2 categories, operational and strategic. Operational KPIs might include total waste generated by volume or weight, split between hazardous and non-hazardous waste, percentage of waste recovered versus percentage sent to the landfill, time waste spent in storage for hazardous and non-hazardous waste, number of waste collections per month. Strategic KPIs give you a better picture. Carbon footprint from waste transport and treatment, cost of waste management per unit of production, revenue generated from waste valorization, progress towards waste reduction targets, waste reduction by operational area. Making it work, embedding KPIs into operations. So how do we move from theory to practice? Once you've selected the right KPIs, the next step is to make them part of your everyday operations. This means going beyond tracking and building a proper system around them. Let's break them down into 4 key actions. Start with a proper diagnostic. You need a clear view of your current waste management practices before anything else. This involves reviewing the entire waste value chain within the company. Some critical areas to evaluate include the types and volumes of waste generated by each process or department, how waste is produced, stored, and transported, and whether those practices are consistent and safe, whether your documentation with waste handlers is current and compliant, operational risks such as delays, accidents, or gaps in traceability, the level of involvement and awareness of the personnel involved in waste handling, the use or lack of use of tools for tracking and recording data, And finally, your level of compliance within the current regulations. Digitalize your data collection. Gone are the days when Excel sheets could carry the load. To make meaningful use of your KPIs, you need accurate data, collected consistently and automated wherever possible. Specialized software can cut down manual work, improve data quality, provide real-time insights, and most importantly, speed up decision making. Digitalizing your waste management process is the only realistic way to scale and adapt as requirements evolve. Set clear and aligned targets. Your KPI should serve a purpose. That means setting targets that match your broader corporate sustainability goals. For example, reduce landfill waste by 20% within the next 3 years. Get your people involved. None of this will work without proper internal engagement. That means training teams involved in the waste value chain, raising awareness about the why behind waste reduction, and helping people understand their role in achieving these goals. When staff are informed and empowered, they're more likely to take ownership, and the quality of your data and decisions improves as a result. Challenges and opportunities in measuring waste generation. Of course, setting up a robust KPI system for waste management isn't worth it without its difficulties. But recognizing these challenges early on is the first step to overcoming them and unlocking the real value chain. Common challenges. Let's start with the obstacles many organizations face. Lack of accurate data or proper measurement systems. Without reliable figures, decision-making is based on guesswork rather than facts. Uncertainty around how to interpret and use the data. Even when the numbers are there, many teams aren't sure what to do with them. Limited digitalization. Outdated systems and manual processes slow down everything and leave too much room for error. Internal resistance to change. Shifting to a data-driven approach often faces pushback from teams used to the old way of doing things. Cost of implementing the right tools. Although the return on investment is strong, the initial outlay for digital platforms and training can be a hurdle. Opportunities for improvement. But where there are challenges, there's also real potential for progress. Digitalizing the waste value chain, automating data capture and management increases efficiency and reduces errors. Implementing circular economy strategies, rethinking waste as a resource opens the door to innovation and new business models. Cutting operational costs. Improves efficiency means less waste, fewer collections and lower disposable fees. Avoiding penalties through full compliance. A transparent, well-documented system keeps you on the right side of the regulation. Recurring value from byproducts. Waste streams can often be monetized or reused, turning a liability into a revenue. Ensuring full traceability. From generation to final disposal, a clear chain of custody builds confidence, internally and externally. Enhancing the company's reputation. Stakeholders increasingly expect transparency and responsibility. Strong waste KPIs help demonstrate both. A quick look at TEIMAS Zero. Implementing waste-related KPIs isn't just about ticking a sustainability box. Done properly, it can boost operational efficiency, ensure compliance with environmental regulations, and support a shift towards more sustainable business models. But to make it work, you need the right tools. That's where TEIMAS Zero comes in. It's a digital platform designed specifically for large organizations that generate and manage significant volumes of waste. What it does is centralize all the information and documentation related to waste management in one place. That means less time chasing spreadsheets and more time focusing on what the data is actually telling you. Some of the key features include real-time monitoring of waste generation across all sites, customizable dashboards and reports to support both operational decisions and audit requirements, automated tracking of waste handlers and their activity, KPI tracking such as cost of waste management per production unit, carbon footprint linked to waste transport and treatment, volume, frequency and types of waste generated, and critically, compliance management ensuring your organization meets all relevant regulations. In short, platforms like TEIMAS Zero make it possible to go from reactive to proactive waste management. You get full visibility, better control, and clear insights without relying on manual input or outdated systems. Thank you for watching today's workshop. We'll see you on the next one. Stay tuned.